You don't know who I am. You know a version of me. Like, you don't know who I am. Hey dolls, and welcome to the On Hair podcast with Hair Choice Extensions. Now, I'm super excited about this because it's our first ever podcast and the first ever episode. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to be a girl boss, all the pressures of social media, and so much more. Now, on today's episode, we have a very, very special guest. She's got so much energy. She's a Geordie Shore queen. It's Bethan.
Hi everyone. How are you? I'm so happy to be here, you know.
Oh, it's been so nice to have you here.
I'm so buzzing. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I feel like what better first guest to have than
Well,
Bethan, you know?
Darling,
So
stop
much
doing that to my ego.
I'm super, super excited. But how are you anyway? How have you been?
I'm really good, you know. I've
Yeah.
just been working. I'm so happy that everything's open as well.
Oh my gosh,
Buzzing
yeah.
about
I
that.
know.
Oh.
Have you been doing much since things have like been open a little bit, gone out for dinner? Or...
Yeah, of course. Every
Yeah.
opportunity I get,
You're
I'm
going
out.
out, yeah.
It's not really working well for business because I'm like meant to be working, but
Yeah. But you're out and about and doing what you can. So your hair looks absolutely stunning. I just want to say this before
I mean,
get into the podcast and ask any questions. So
enjoy. Do
tell
you
us-
like?
Yeah, because you've obviously worn like some of our hair pieces before. What have
Yeah.
you found them?
Do you know what it is that I actually love them? Like,
Yeah.
they're so easy as well, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you can't be bothered to like wash your hair, you can't be bothered to do
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly.
Whack a pony in, or like
Yeah.
these are two like clip-ins at the minute, and you know what? You can't even tell.
Exactly.
And the colour match is amazing as well.
Yeah, just give you like that instant volume.
Oh, honey.
Literally, so nice, and it really suits you as well.
Oh, thank
Gorge.
you.
So the first sort of question I want to start with is, most people will probably know you from Geordie Shore.
Yes.
But please tell us a little bit about Bethan before Geordie Shore. What was she doing?
Do you know what it is, right? I've actually had a few jobs in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So I'm a beauty therapist by trade. You know, my nails and my
by
lashes and stuff.
trade.
Woo! And you know what? I was such a people's person. Like, it was
Yeah.
such a good job for me.
Yeah.
I was also a barmaid and like a cocktail maker. You know, I can shape them up.
Yes, I could see you doing that. Must have made a
I
few
love
cocktails for
that.
us as
I know.
well.
Yeah, so what else have I done? You know what? I've done a couple of things. I've worked behind a desk, which I hated.
Yeah.
I've done it for about 3 days, right? And I was like, nah, I can't. My
No.
brain just was going crazy. I was
Yeah.
like, I need to get amongst it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. When I was in school, I'm not gonna lie, right? I didn't really stick in. I was a little bit of a
Really?
Right, I was so naughty. But then when I went to college, I was like, oh my God, like, because I didn't get very good grades, I was like, you know what, I can't actually really do anything. Like, I'm very limited in what
So
I'm doing
what I
because
can
of the
do.
brain. Like.
Yeah, literally.
But then obviously went into beauty and I was like, whoa, this is my passion. Like, I was
Yeah.
doing nail art.
Yeah.
I actually got another qualification doing like actual nails, like gel extensions
Oh,
and
that's so good.
acrylics and all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
practice makes it perfect though, so I'm not good. I can do it, but I'm not good.
Because I know that you've obviously got into the Geordie Shore, into the show.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about how you managed to kind of get into the show itself.
Well, so my friends are obviously on there. Like, my best friend, she's on that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a funny story actually. Me and her got scouted at the same time.
Did you really?
We did, yeah. So
Oh my
me and her, we were sitting in the club, right, minding my own business, having a drink before we went to work, being in the bar.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a podium dancer too.
You've done
I've
all those
literally
things,
done it all, you know.
Literally.
Yeah, so we used to be a podium dancer, so we always used to get like a little bit drunk, you know, to
Yeah.
give a bit of like Dutch courage, let's
Yeah,
say, right? Because
yeah.
obviously we had to prance about one niggas and that, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you need at least a
Like
couple
little
shots.
bodysuits and that, couple of shots, couple of trebles, because we do trebles up in Newcastle. 3 trebles for a £5. Yeah, I swear to God.
That is
I mean,
so insane.
I know. Like, when people say, like, oh, Geordie's is crazy and, like, can they drink as much? Yes, we can.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so we were doing that. We were just sat there, you know, minding my own business. And these two people were looking at me, right? And me and her, we were like, looking at each other like, are they going to start a fight
Yeah,
or what?
somebody's
Like,
staring at
yeah, anyways, they comes over and they're like, oh, you look like really fun and all this. Like, would you go on a TV show? at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was fun, I was energetic, but I was like in my shell. I didn't know how I was. I wasn't confident. I was confident. Obviously, I was a podium dancer, but I wasn't as confident in myself. Like I wanted. Hang on, I'm gonna burp. No, I'm not. I lied. That was a false call. It might come later though. Up next on Kershaw's podcast.
Down the podcast.
So basically they comes over and they were like, oh yeah, like you seem like really fun. Anyways, we went to these auditions and the auditions were really crazy. Like they'd make you like stand in a line and go, right, so there's literally 1 to 8 and there's 8 people and they're like, rate yourself the most fun. Bear in mind when you're in a room at like 20 odd, like you're not that like, ooh, like who's all these people? So we got scouted at the same time, but I was like going into beauty and I was trying to get like a job in like doing beauty and stuff like that, what I'd trained for.
Wasn't the right time.
Nah, it wasn't the right time, but you know what, right? They always had me contact details. I've appeared a couple of times like in the house parties and stuff like that, so they knew me vibe, do you know what I mean? The quarterback.
We need her.
The
main character.
Yeah, and that was it. That was literally what happened. Like I think they either messaged us or something, being like, come down and do it. And I was like, oh, and you know what? I was that close to not going, and I was like, I can't be bothered. Like I've just finished work, I'm shattered. But they're like, please, I beg you, come down. This is like one of the casting people. Yeah. Anyways, I went, oh, you know what? Just go down. It's literally about an hour out your life. I went down and then I got it. I was like, oh my god! Yeah. It was amazing.
And I bet it's nice to like be on a show with your friend as well.
100%.
It probably helps as well.
100%, because like when you're in that environment, like there's so many big characters in there. Like at first you're gonna be a bit like, oh, what's going on? But obviously I've got her. She's the craziest one in there, so it's like nothing's gonna happen with me. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, mate.
So what would you say like your sort of highs and lows are about being on Geordie Shore?
I think the highs is obviously, you know, you get to work with your friends. It's a very different job. You know, it's fun, it's entertaining. But I think the lows of it is because it's so intense, you get a little bit tired. And you get ratty, and that's when you start arguing with people, and that's when you're like, oh, and then obviously the diet. I mean, fuck the diet, let's be honest. Like, there's no diet in there. The diet that we have in there is kebab.
Yeah, would you have to like prep yourself, like get yourself ready for the show, knowing that, okay, right, when I'm on it, I'm going to be drinking loads, I'm going to be eating what I want. Yeah. So I know like you're really into your fitness at the moment as well.
Yeah.
So has that been something that's kind of like helped you?
Well, do you know what? Do you know the thing is, right? So like when the first series, because I've done 3 series of Geordie Shore. Yeah. So the first series, I was into my fitness. I was in the gym and I was like hammering it or whatever. Yeah. So I went in and I was confident and whatever. But then, because it was like a new thing to us, I didn't realise that I was going to put that much weight, like the weight on. I didn't realise that I'd be drinking all the time. And then so the second series I went in, I was a little bit bigger, but it wasn't really an issue. And then the third, I actually really struggled, like mentally, like behind closed doors, with the way that I looked and the way that I felt. And that's why when I was in there, I actually left the last one. I left and I took myself out of the situation because I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to be in there. So obviously I've left, and then obviously the lockdowns hit. Yeah. But then, you know what? I just thought, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna, for my own like peace of mind as well, because I was struggling a little bit like mentally. And then like when I threw myself into my fitness and me eating healthy, like I lost a lot of weight. I mean, you can't tell now. I've just come back from Dubai not long ago.
You look good. You look good.
So I threw myself into my fitness and me eating, and it changed my life. Like it changed my whole perspective and everything. It makes us feel amazing. So now this time I know that I need to train hard before I go in, so I feel my best. And obviously when I'm in there as well, I'm going to try and actually be like on a level. Not just eat everything in sight like I always used to do. Not eat all the kebab, not steal the pizza and go and hide and eat it by myself. Like,
just have the one kebab.
Yeah.
And then just be good throughout the day.
Yes.
And then you can obviously enjoy yourself. And if you've prepped yourself to go in, then you can obviously, you've got that space to like eat and do what you want.
no, and just let loose a bit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you just briefly touched on sort of like your mental health and stuff like that. I know that you've been quite open speaking about that, especially on like social media and stuff, because I know that obviously being on a show like that, it must be quite hard to be in the public eye and have like the pressures of social media, with like trolls and stuff. Tell us just a little bit about that, because I know that you've...
Do you know what, right? So I think that's what another element of why my mental health was a little bit like, what's going on. I think obviously, you know, I went into a new job, even just going into a new job, like just a normal new job, it's very stressful anyways. So let alone going into like a new job and then like basically my life completely changed. Like I went into Geordie Show and like not only that as well, obviously I met someone in there and I got a boyfriend, and it literally changed like that. Like I was literally known to be this like little player that was like, you know, independent, like doing her own thing, like just like dating everyone. Just do what I want. And then I went in there and obviously like it just changed. Like I got a new job and then I got a new boyfriend. Then I moved in within like literally 5-6 months of like meeting him. Like we didn't really know who we were. Then I got 2 cats and honestly it was just all going on. It was all going on in space of a year. So I think that's what it was. But then the social media as well, like my platform was just growing, and I had all these people like having all these opinions on us, which I'd never really experienced. That amount of like people having an opinion. And so it was hard to shut off, it was hard to shut down from that. And you know, it did make us a little bit like, it made us a little bit like unwell, do you know what I mean? It made us really sad sometimes because like I didn't realise that the trolls, like you shouldn't listen to them, don't let them like ruin your day or whatever. I didn't realise that, but you know what, it's made us a stronger person though.
I was gonna say it must have, because I think not a lot of people, you can't prepare yourself for that as well, because it sounds like it happens so quick. And obviously you've gone into a show, you've probably not even realised that it was going to happen at that speed. And then getting yourself like a new boyfriend, moving in, that in itself
is
enough. Normal, and a normal like outside of like the public eye, that's quite hard, and it's a thing that people obviously deal with anyway. So to do that in front in the front eye,
I know,
and then social media and trolls, and they're just
I know
hard.
it is, and you know what? Like I was in the mindset of like I'll do and I'll say and I'll be what I want. You know what I mean? But when your platform starts to grow like that, you've got to then kind of take a bit of a step back and be like, it makes you double think what you're going to actually say, because people literally pick you apart for the tiniest little thing. They'll be like, oh, you know, if I turn around and say like, you know, oh, I'm a vegetarian, but then like one day I'll have meat, they'll be like, how dare you, I can't believe you did. And it's like, chill out.
Sure you've done it before.
I know, it's crazy. Like, but then like what I understand now, which I didn't know back then, is like you know, you've got to be in a pretty dark place in your life to go onto someone's platform who you don't even know personally and give them abuse. But
100%.
That's what got us through, because I thought, you don't know who I am, you know a version of me, like you don't know who I am. So that's what gets us through now, because I think, you know what, I'm a bad little bee, right? And I didn't need the opinions off anyone. Like that.
Literally.
Hardcore.
Do you feel like you've had to kind of work on your self-confidence then to
100%
be able to like tackle the trolls?
100,000%. Like I think the only time that I've ever like really struggled with trolls is when I've been really not good within myself. That's when that's like when it got us down. But you know, when I'm like this, when I'm just like me authentic self, like I'm unapologetically myself, and I don't care what anyone thinks about us. I'm just gonna say what I think, say what I feel. If you don't like it, I don't care, because I'm not here to please everyone.
What sort of, we've got a lot of like young followers, so my question to you is, what sort of advice do you have for them? Because obviously I feel like when you're younger, you are easily influenced by what people say. And obviously social media is such a different thing now than it was. It wasn't really around, like...
Nah, it wasn't, not to the extent of what it was now. Like, obviously, like, kids now, they're grown up with iPads and stuff. Like, I was climbing fences and, like, you know, climbing up trees and that when I was, like, 13, 14, whatever. And now it's just, like, they're just on their phones, aren't they? And it's like a different world.
Yeah.
But I think like what I would say is obviously don't define yourself by the mistakes that you make. Don't define yourself, and don't let anyone else define you for your mistakes that you make. And I think when you make mistakes, that's life experience. You're going to learn from that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And obviously like just try and work out who you are and what you want to be, and don't like, honestly, just try not to take anyone's opinion to heart, because they just seen a tiny little version of you. Like the only person that knows you is yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's who knows you. So just don't listen to little twats.
No, I think that's like really good advice, because what would you tell your younger self? Like if you go back to Bethan when she was younger, is there anything that, not like that you regret, but is there anything that you think, oh, like someone said that and it stopped me from doing something? Or, because I feel like everyone's had that point in their lives where they've stopped themselves maybe going a little bit further into something because they thought someone else might, what other people sort of think of you, isn't it? So I know that everyone's guilty of it. So is there any like moments when you think back and...
Do you know what? I do think like when I look back now, I wish that I never like cared as much about what people thought about us. Because like it did restrict us from being who I was born to be. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like worried, like, oh, like, you know, I wanted a bit of validation from people, and it's like you should never ever want validation from someone else. And another thing as well, another thing that I would tell my younger self is to not compare myself as much to other people, because like you only see a tiny snippet of that person's life. It's not as perfect as what they make it out to be. When you compare yourself, you're then not grateful for the things that you have. So always make sure that you focus on the things that you're grateful for. And honestly, like so many more things will come in opportunities, like so many more opportunities will come to you when you're grateful for just what you've got.
100%. I wish I said that to my younger self
Same.
as well.
I wish I did, because I always used to be like, why have I not got this? Why am I not doing that? But you know, now that I've realised that like being grateful for what you've actually got brings more.
Oh my gosh,
you get more and more and more.
And I know we've briefly spoken about this before the podcast started, about like what you put out is what you get in.
Yeah.
So is there anything that like you read, or anything that you think, okay, that's like great to like know?
I mean, The Secret. Everyone knows about The Secret. The Secret's amazing. Like that just shows you a whole different perspective. Like I just feel like, obviously I'm a big believer in like the universe and about like crystals and about energy and, you know, things like that. Like what helped me really understand that is, you know, learning about like the whole mental health side of it as well. Like what you actually think is what you attract. And also like, you know, things like affirmations and things like that. Like sometimes, I'm not even joking, I look in the mirror, right? I look in the mirror into my eyeballs, right? I'm literally looking like this in my eyeballs, and I'm just like, and I go, you know what, you are all right. Like you're so fine. Like you're gonna smash your life, you know. And I'm physically having a conversation with myself in the mirror, and it's a bit weird because I'm like, whoa, she's talking back. Like
I can feel the energy.
I can feel the energy getting bounced back.
And it is so true.
Affirmations and things like that, when you say them out loud, it truly helps you. It really does.
It really does. And it is all about energy. I feel like if you're positive, how can any negative energy come towards you? And if it does, you view it in a different way.
You do, you do. It just kind of comes and goes, you know. It just comes in, then it leaves. But
I'm too happy. Let it
just,
go.
100%.
I'm having a great time.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like every single, so basically, right, you know, when people say, oh, like good days, bad days, there's no good days and there's no bad days. It's how you respond to your day. That's what it is. Like life's always going to be like up and down, but it's how you respond to your day. And I just think as well, like, be so happy that the negative things don't even know how to approach you because you're too happy.
That is it. Guys, that is it. The key line of this whole podcast. This is it. Bethan said it. Literally, it's so true. Now we're just going to sway past this sort of topic. And I know you've obviously touched on as well that you've got your degree in cosmetics or you've got your qualification in cosmetics. So not many people might know this, but you've obviously got your own brand as well.
I do, yeah.
And I did see on your Instagram that there might be something else coming soon.
Yeah, there is, yeah. So
is there anything we need to look out for?
So basically, I'm going to be launching my brand new business, and I've been working on. Honestly, I've been working so hard on it. Like I've just loved every single minute of it. Like I'm so happy. Like. So basically, I'm going to be having a clothing range. Now, I already do have a couple of clothing on my website at the minute, but it's more cosmetics that I'm, lips, lipsticks, and like stuff like that. Yeah. But this is going to be a completely separate website, and all of the pieces, like, I physically designed myself. Like, everything from, like, the way that it's actually made, to how it fits, to the colours, to the actual pattern of it. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this to see.
Is this an exclusive? Is this a podcast exclusive?
I think it is.
Oh, guys, we've got an exclusive.
I know.
And so, are we allowed to know, like, when it's going to be launching, or?
So I'm trying to get it launched within, like, I'm trying to get it, like, the beginning of next month.
Oh, this is exciting.
And if literally the next couple of weeks.
So maybe
it's
when
crunch
this
time.
podcast is out, it might be
launched. Yeah, it might be live. Or it'll not have, like, long to go.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
So what made you, like, think, right, I want to start getting into that sort of side, clothing and...
Well, do you know what it is, right? Sometimes, like, I'll buy clothes and I'll just think to myself, like, God, I love this outfit so much. And then, and I think to myself, you know what? I would love to, like, wear my own things. Like, I love wearing my own makeup, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I love it. I put it on, I'm like... And sometimes I have a little pinch me moment and I think, this is mine. Like, this is mine. Like, I've literally chose this. This is mine. Yeah. This is my life. Yeah. And it's the same with clothing as well. Like, I've picked it all. And I just can't wait to see people in it. Yeah. Like, I literally can't wait. I'm so excited.
So, like, what sort of pieces is it? Or is
everything. Absolutely everything. So, there's going to be, like, going out things. There's going to be bright, but there's going to be, like, you know, that, like Kylie, Kim, kind of nudes and stuff like that. So it's a mix of everything, really. Everything. So, and another thing as well, there's actually pieces that, it's going to sound so funny, right? But there's pieces that are like, you can kind of, you know, change them depending on how old you are. So, you know, you can either be like a thought or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hot girl summer or a cool girl summer.
Yeah, hot girl or cool girl. Like, so there's literally so many different pieces in there, and it's for, like, all ages as well, so...
Oh, that's so exciting. And I can't believe you've got a little exclusive.
I know. I hope my business
I know.
I'm just like, just let all the secrets out.
So, another question I wanted to ask you as well about your businesses.
Yes.
Have you found it quite hard during lockdown? Have you felt like there's been any hit or anything that's been disrupting cosmetics brands or even starting this one?
That's the thing. I think, like, obviously during the lockdown, people weren't going anywhere, people weren't really doing anything, like, and not only that as well, like, I was struggling struggling mentally to cope with the business. Like, I kind of thought, like, it was becoming something where I was like, I'm going to lose it. Like, I'm going to lose, like, me passion for it or whatever. But now that everything's opening up again, I'm like, you know what? No, it was a phase. It was the lockdown.
Fine.
The lockdown tried to ruin me, but it didn't.
Literally. And it's, I guess it is a blessing, really, because I know that a lot of businesses have sadly not been able to survive the lockdown. But yeah, it's just, I feel like everyone's felt the hit. Definitely.
Everyone, 100%. Like, whether they felt it as in, like, with a business itself or like, whether it's been, like, within themselves, you know, because I was feeling a lot of the time, like, demotivated. And I think it's because we didn't have an end. There was no like end, this is when it's going to end, this is when we're going to go back to normal. There was none of that. So you're literally in the unknown. And you're trying to adjust, you're trying to adapt, which obviously as humans we can't do that. Yeah. But it's also really stressful. So it was really, really stressful at some points. Especially when I was struggling with my mental health. Because obviously I physically started that business, like my cosmetics business, by myself, no help at all from anybody. And I'm not even trained in, like, how to even start a business or own a business or run a business. So I was literally just winging it the full time, and I thought, I'm doing it wrong, like it's not working for us, like I'm gonna fail. And I think that's the hardest thing about it, feeling like you might fail. So I think like that was another thing that was on my mind. I was just like, oh God. But now that we're all back to normal, I'm just it's like, exciting. Me little baby. My baby's flourishing now.
Now you're going to have 2 little babies.
I know, 2.
So exciting.
I'm a mum.
Literally, you'll have everything and you'll be walking like, this is mine, this is mine,
I know.
Literally.
I'm going to be like, full fit, mine.
I know. So I know a lot of people, I feel like especially this sort of generation, having your own business and doing your own thing is like the top thing that everyone wants to do.
Yeah.
Do you have any like tips or anything that you feel like you've gone through that you think, oh my gosh, like I didn't even know that was what was involved?
Yeah. Do you know what, right? Running a business is very, very hard, and I would say don't feel ashamed to ask for help either, because that's what I had a little bit of a problem with. Like, I kind of wanted to do it myself, and you know, I kind of wanted it to be like my thing, but then when it got to the point, it was like, I need some help here, like I need to get a couple of people involved in this, because I can't run it by myself. Like, I'm only one little human, do you know what I mean? So get people in that'll help you do it, do you know what I mean? And another thing as well, don't think that like, because she's got a business or he's got a business or they've got a business, which is the same idea as you, don't think that you can't have it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the world is big enough for you to do what you want to do. The world is your oyster, and if you don't compare yourself to other people, there's room for you to have exactly what you want. Like, you can manifest anything.
Exactly. Obviously, well done for your 2 businesses. I'm super excited for you, and I'm super excited to see the launch, and I'm sure everyone else is.
I'm so excited for everyone to see it. Like, I really, really am. Like, I can't wait to show you how hard I've been working.
I can't wait.
Like,
I can't wait to get a few pieces, to be honest. It sounds like a bit of my
God!
Literally.
I think, you know what?
Hair for clothes.
Yes. So what about this? So I genuinely think you're going to love it, you know, because there's just so many different things in there. Like, you know, there's things that you can chill in. There's things that, you know, you want to go like hot or not kind of summer, do you know what I mean? There's brights in there.
Oh, I love that.
I love a bit of bright.
Yes, I do love it. Well, I'm wearing bright pinks, so I do love a bit of bright.
Yeah.
But right, we're gonna end the podcast with a fun little game.
Okay.
If you're ready. If you're ready.
Yeah,
so we're gonna play Say It or Shut It.
Okay.
Yeah. So be careful. You can either the more questions you answer, the less shots you have to do. So it depends whether you want to answer or whether you want to get a little bit.
Depends on if I want to get more or not.
Yeah, let's see. Right, let me get the.
Oh, that's the devil. That. Do you know that that's the devil's juice?
What, tequila?
Yes, devil's juice. That's what I call it.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm not
no,
a huge
same.
fan.
I couldn't think of anything worse. I can smell that from here.
It's literally so strong. Every one I pour, it's like, oh.
It's giving us the shivers already.
Oh gosh. They're big
I've got goosebumps.
Well.
I've got goosebumps thinking of I can't. I've got goosebumps thinking of the tequila going down.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we're in it together. We're in it together. Okay. Right, are we ready to play?
Yes, we are.
Right, so we'll do this together, so don't feel as...
Okay.
We're both going.
We'll go.
In 10 minutes, we might be like
we might be
sweating.
We might be drunk. And it's 11, but it's fine.
And everyone, for the podcast, make sure to check out YouTube, because this probably sounds absolutely crazy what's going on right now.
You need to see it. You need to put your eyes to the test.
Yeah, literally. Get your eyes involved and watch it on YouTube. Okay, right. So, who is the one person you pretend to like but don't actually like?
Out of what?
Could be anyone. Could be something juicy, if you want to give us a little bit of something juicy.
I'm not very good at pretending to like people. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I don't really mix with anyone that I don't like. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't say that there's no one that I really like. Wait there, let's just rake me brain.
Is there anyone that you've met and thought, like, I don't know, at an event or something, and you thought, oh, I've heard about you, don't really like you too much, but I'm just gonna have to pretend that I like you just to say
Well,
hi.
do you know what, right? Not that I don't like her because I've never met her, but I have heard a lot about apparently like Gemma Collins is meant to be quite rude.
Oh really?
Apparently
The GC.
and that I don't like that. I don't like that. Obviously I don't know her, but that's probably the only thing.
You just heard it through the grapevine.
I've just heard it through
Guys, it's another podcast exclusive.
I know, I've heard it through. So I need to know. You know what I need to do? I need to meet her to find out for myself.
Maybe when you come on the next podcast,
She
you might have met her. Oh, let's get
She
the
might be
GC.
here. Let us know because I will come down. I need to meet her.
And then we'll know. We'll get the real tea.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't feel like I've not really met anyone famous. I'm not like
like that's what I mean. I haven't really met anyone who's like being rude or anything. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I've got a bit of juicy gossip to tell you. So you know when I was a
Okay,
barmaid,
yeah.
right? I was a barmaid and I served Vicky Patterson, and she was actually quite rude to us when I served her. She went, "Can you get us that?" And I was like, excuse me, and I didn't know what to do because obviously like no one had come up on the bar and said, "Oh, she doesn't pay" or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I says, "Oh yeah, that's like that's like $8.50 or whatever," and she gave us the worst look ever. She was just like, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and that's the only she's like, yeah, that's when I was a barmaid before I was even on Geordie's show.
Mm-hmm. Have you met her since?
No, never met her since. I mean, she'll never remember us. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, I'll never forget her.
Oh my gosh,
I swear to God, I know.
That is crazy. Oh, juicy goss, guys.
I know. I mean, she might have been drunk, give it or take it, but yeah, you know what? But
so the next question: Who is the most inappropriate person you've ever had a crush on?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
We've got the first shot, guys.
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
Oh, are you sure?
No. Shit, that's so
Tequila
bad.
is not the one.
No, definitely not. Right, just I tell you what, hold your nose and do it.
Oh God, no, that's awful.
That's awful.
Right,
I've decided I'm going to tell you everything you want to know. Never do that again.
Oh my gosh, first shot in, and I think we're gonna get more goss now, guys.
Right, that was a lot. That was a lot to take on board.
I feel like that was like a double shot.
That was awful.
They're very big shots.
Yeah,
glasses.
massive. Yeah. Absolutely massive.
Oh my gosh, you
Me heart's big.
Yeah. Right, next question. If you could be invisible, who would you spy on?
Do you know who I'd really like to spy on?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I want to know.
Legend.
Like, yeah, no, I want to hear. Oh, wait, Will Smith.
Oh my gosh, Will.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
I would like to spy on Will Smith. Yeah.
Literally.
But Will Smith, when he's like prep talking his kids and that, you know, like is it prep or is it pep? Pep talking the kids.
Yeah.
I want to know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want him to like tell me everything.
Yeah. And like take on the advice that he's given his kids because they're so successful.
Tell you who else?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Oh my gosh, Kevin Hart is
Him
hilarious.
as well. I know.
Yeah, his dogs are so nice.
Yeah.
They're like big Doberman dogs. And it'd just be so good to spy like inside their house.
Yeah, like
see how big it is.
Like a house tour as well.
Literally.
Like not just like spy on the person, go like I want to have a look at their wardrobes and that.
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I mean?
There, yeah.
Like
And
what size dildos and stuff like that.
What's in the side cupboard drawer?
Yeah. Or like, you know the drawer, because everyone has one of these drawers where you just shove everything in.
Literally.
I want to have a look in them drawers.
Yeah. What's in that drawer?
What's in that drawer?
Yeah. Next question.
Okay.
What was the last thing you searched for on your phone?
I've got to share, you know. Should I have a look?
Yeah, have a little look. Why am I nervous?
I can't do that. I can't tell you. I'm going to have to shot
You're
it.
going to have to shot.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
Okay. Inappropriate for the podcast and for YouTube, guys.
Like,
Okay. Do you want me to do a shot with you?
If you would, because I can't physically
I
do
feel like
another
you're
one
doing
by
it
myself.
You're doing this all on your own. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm nervous now. Right. Are you ready? You've already done the one. It's like 4 shots after that.
I know!
Cheers.
Cheers!
Oh god. Oh, I can't even.
Oh God.
Why does it burn?
Oh, that's awful.
Your eyes are
my eyes are
watering.
watering.
They literally are watering.
Oh,
Your eyes are literally
I know. So
It feels
bad.
like- do you feel like a dragon after you've had a shot? Like my mouth feels like it's like.
I feel like my heart's gonna burst.
Right, that has definitely picked me up.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
Right, okay. Okay, so the second to last question.
Uh-huh.
What is the most stupid thing you've done in front of a crowd?
Oh my God, this has come straight to us, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized. So basically, right, I remember I was in a club called, well, it's like a little pre-bar in Newcastle, right? It's called Empress.
Yeah.
And I was there, and that was like my main little spot that I used to go to, right? So there's Empress and there's Bijou, and I went to Empress. And basically, I thought I was the big licks. Right? And I started, and we were all necking our drinks, right? We're all necking the drinks, but I was so determined, like, I was so determined that I was going to win this, right? So determined. Anyway, so I was like, basically, necked me, what's it called? Jaeger bomb, and then I had 3 trebles. So you get 3 Jaeger bombs and 3 trebles. Jaeger bomb, then I necked me trebles, right?
Oh my gosh. I would have been
And
on
I just,
the floor.
well, this is the thing, I wasn't on the floor. Well, I was on the floor, right? So basically what happened was, right, I necked all of that, and I just was like, nah, that, honestly, like, I couldn't even stop it. Projectile vomited into my hands, and when I tell you that there was like carrot and turnip fall out my hands, there's no exaggeration. But listen, obviously I was in a bar full of lads behind us, so many fit boys behind, and you know what I done? Can I do this? I went on the floor like that, and I had all the carrot in my hand, and I was saying to my pals, right, I had carrot down my cheeks, and I was going, please get us some tissue. All the lads behind us, I was sat on the floor, carrots in my hand. That's the most, and I'm traumatised.
Okay, that is like...
Yeah, it was the most...
Maybe not a story to tell your grandkids, or maybe it is a story to tell your grandkids.
Probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. Don't be anything like me, please, kids. Honest to God.
Don't do 3 trebles and a tray of Jaeger bombs.
Never.
I think you're going to be alright.
No, never.
Space them out. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron or Scotty tea?
Probably Scotty tea.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know Aaron, but I've met Scotty tea before, and I feel like there's a bit of a...
Just a little bit of a...
Me, do you want to know, do you want another exclusive?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's been a little bit of... with me and him in the past before.
Oh, okay. Guys, we've got so many exclusive. I feel like we should be very lucky.
I know,
We're very
know.
lucky.
This is what, you know, when I say, right, I'm an open book, I genuinely am.
Like, keep reading the pages.
Keep reading, honey. There's so much more to come.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit, like, just a little bit. It was like a little one-off, little...
Ooh, sorry.
I know. I think this was before Georgie.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a massive exclusive, guys. Massive exclusive. So yeah, that concludes the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, then go and check it out on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. And if you're not watching on YouTube, then check out the full episode on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Bethan, give us 3 words to sum up your time on our podcast today.
Do you know what? It's been fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been juicy.
Juicy.
I think juicy's a good word, isn't it?
Definitely.
And it's also been a pleasure.
Oh,
It's been a
that's
pleasure to do
amazing.
this. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it as well. And thank you so much for obviously coming here, visiting our HQ, and yeah, filming the podcast with us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
No worries. And thank you so much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.